Today, I am going to recap a 2000 action thriller movie, named Battle Royale. So, let's begin. It is seen at the start of the film that, it's difficult to see the film in any other light than in relation to the original material. Because there is unemployment, studying will not be beneficial in the future. No one will be hired. They'll die of hunger as well. So the students of schools and colleges are disappointed because of this. Then what is the benefit of our study? So they become lawbreakers, leaving their study. They begin to rob and every wrongdoing. It means, teenager had become frustrated thinking that, what we studied is not going to provide us any benefit. How will we earn our bread and butter if we don't do any job? So the violation was increasing in that country. So the government and nation were worried, taking them. So they decide something. They say that we will play Battle Royale game. The title is indicating that it was not game but a battle was going to be held. A class of any school will be chosen for it. Then the class students will be played, taking them into the forest. It means, they will battle with one another. But the most risky fact of this game included that the last survivor will be the winner of this game. The winner will be only one, no matter whether students are 100 or 200. Who is going to survive in the end? And the rest of the students will be victimized. It was the scheme of the government, because it has known that teenagers have become violators. Now they have turned into lawbreakers. It is the only way to end them. Now the movie takes a move and it is seen that, the girl who had won in the Battle Royale, last year, she is brought after being rescued from that forest. She was smirking. Now a school student named Nanahara is shown. His parents were no more and he used to feel lonesome. Now their teacher used to sit in the class alone. He used to go outside if no student arrived, because it has been told that kids had left study of schools and colleges. One day, that teacher is coming outside from his class after being disappointed. That weird student runs away, knifing his leg. That teacher is badly hurt after this happening. And he says, I will resign from the school. Now students begin to create more behavioral problems, when no teacher was there to guide them. Now it is observed that 1 year is past of this incident, and it is announced in their class that they are going for the field trip. This class was very troublesome, and there was a group of 3 students as Nanahara, his friend Noriko and a male friend. They were very excited for field trip, and they were seated in a bus. After a while, it is seen that all kids have been knocked out, but that place was strange where they restore their senses, and they have never seen it before. This place was not giving the sight of field trip. They observes that there is a explosive collar around their neck, which has trapped their necks. There was their old teacher before them, who had resigned from the school. They are left shocked, witnessing him. They ask, what are you doing here? Where is that teacher who accompanied us? He talks with them weirdly, and he tells, I killed him. This teacher actually wanted to take his revenge. Then it is exposed that it was the same class which was chosen to play Battle Royale and they were in the same forest where only one had to be survived. That teacher begins to show them the academic video. How much area does this forest cover? Where are the paths of it and how do they have to play this game? A girl is not concentrating on this video. Then that teacher throws a knife towards her head, standing up. So that innocent one is ended at the spot. Seeing it, a student begins to flee in fear, and he comes to attack that teacher. But that teacher turns on the explosive collar fixed around his neck. As a result, that collar is exploded after a while, and that boy is ended at the moment. All present kids begin to run in confusion, but there was JSDF soldiers so they stop him and not let him go. Afterwards, that video is played again. Now that girl tells them, you will have to participate in this battle for 3 days. And the last survivor will be the winner of this game. That girl also tells them along with it, the bags that will be provided to you, what will be in them? There will be the separate weapons in the bags of each. And there will also be some edible things through which they may just survive. There are also the 2 more students of another school, who had already participated in this game and they were giving a grave look. They are told, if you attempted to leave the forest, then these explosive collars around your necks will be exploded, and you will be ended. All kids are scared. Then Nanahara and Noriko run outside from there. They had also their bags. A student comes to attack them, but they run into a cave, and poor Noriko was wounded here. Then they open their bags to check which type of the weapons are there, but they have nothing in their bags except a binocular and a shield, which was made of a thin layer of steel. Meanwhile, it is also shown here that their 3rd male friend is killed here. On the other side, all kids attempt to attack that student with curled hair. But it has been told that he had already been partaken in the battle, so he knew everything. So he snatches all their weapons while confronting them. Then he kills them. Contrarily, other students were scared enough that, Being frustrated, they begin to commit suicide, either jumping into the ditch or attacking themselves. Now this day and night are spent as it is. As it is dawned, then that teacher begins to announce the names of others, and who had been killed. He also tells whose life is at risk now, and whose scores are down. And the astonishing fact was this: Noriko and Nanahara names were also included. So they begin to run again as being afraid. Then their own friend begins to assault them, coming there. Nanahara tries hard to save both of them, and his own friend's head is targeted with the axe during this protection. That boy was recently died, then one more boy comes to target them, but he is attacked by that another shifted student. Now he had joined Nanahara and Noriko. That boy explains both of them, "You will never assist any other student at any cost. The most important task is to rescue yourself. I have played this Battle Royale game before, so you will have to act upon my rules. In this way, you will be able to survive here." Then Nanahara says, "What is the benefit if there will be only one survivor among us?" That student tells, "We may survive till end." Noriko is badly wounded there. They take her to a house there after lifting her. There was already a student hidden there. He was best hacker. He says that teacher is getting access to our all conversation due metal collar around our necks. Why should it not be deactivated? It is quite possible that he may not trace us, and we may escape from here. There is also an evil girl, who was just killing everyone for her own purpose. She had no care for others. She was self-obsessed. So she continues to end the students coming there. On the other side, the scene turns on those three students, who were in the house of someone. The shifted student there begins to tell his story to Noriko and Nanahara. "I had been left as a survivor along with my friend when this battle held last time. Now one had to survive between us, so my friend willing shot his gun on my foot. For this, I may kill him in fury, thinking that she has cheated me. But that innocent one wished to save me. I kill him after losing my temper, and I remain survivor. I will never be able to erase it in my memory." Telling it, he begins to weep. It means, three of them had become sentimental here, because they knew that they will have to lose one another. Then one more student arrives there, killing a student. He throws his head into that house, fitting a bomb into his mouth, so that place may be exploded. But three of them leave that house before it, and they are survived. The student with curled hair was their opponent. Coming there, he wants to target Nanahara, but one of his friend rescues him. Then they move to that hacker who had to hack their metal collar. It is their plan that they will explode the other student's metal collar after hacking them. Due to this, they will all be died, and we three will be survived here. No one will stop us to go outside if all are killed. After this, it is witnessed that Nanahara loses his consciousness. It was an island's lighthouse where he gets up. There was a girl beside him who has bandaged his wounds. There were more 5 girls in that lighthouse, and they had enough technological weapons. As a result, they withdrew themselves here in the hope of surviving. However, one of the ladies used to dislike Nanahara. As he was killing her companion, she was thinking. So she poisons the food which was going to be served to Nanahara, but another girl eats it before him, who was her friend. Due to this, a dispute begins among them as they kill one another while firing their guns, and that girl herself commits suicide. Restoring his consciousness, Nanahara is worried. Where did Noriko disappear? So he goes outside in search of her. On the other side, it is seen that Noriko and that boy are in danger zone. Being wounded badly, Noriko was finding difficulty to run. Then that evil girl approaches there who used to kill other for her personal mission. She also struggles to end Noriko. At the same time, her teacher appears there. That teacher who had set this program. Actually, he had a crush on Noriko. Seeing him, that evil girl flees. Here Nanahara also approaches. Then that evil girl and the student with curled hair confront each other, and there is a great fight between them. And that shifted student kills that girl forever. After this, he hacks all the devices, so their computer system stops working. Soldiers and that teacher are involved to resolve it. Getting the advantage of it, he leaves a great bomb there. Everything is destroyed after its explosion, but he was also victimized as his eyes were soiled completely. It was the plan of 3 of them, so 3 of them as Nanahara, Noriko and their partner come there to check that. Who did explode it? Then a boy with curled hair begin to fire his gun on them, hearing their voice. Now the 3rd boy flies into a rage. What have we wronged with him? So he kills him while firing his gun. Meantime, he had also injured enough. Now it is seen that, next morning time comes. Everything was looking per routine, but it was not true. because all students had been killed because of that bomb blast. Now only these three had survived, including Bad and Shifted Student, Nanahara and Noriko. They knew that their metal collar had not been destroyed, so that teacher is hearing them till now, so that Shifted Student points his gun them, going there. He tells, I have brought you here while deceiving. I myself will survive and kill both of you. Then he fires his gun in air, so that teacher and soldiers think as he is only the survivor remained, but their cameras were out of order so they cannot witness it, as three of them have been survived or not. At last, teacher had succeeded on his mission because it happened what he required, so he winds up all his computer system, and he also commands his soldiers to wind up everything. We may depart from here. Now there was only teacher survivor. He meets that survivor Shifted boy. Then Nanahara and Noriko also reach there. Teacher had to be shocked to see them. How are they survived? But he is not shocked at all, because he knew that it was a conspiracy of that Shifted student. So he shows a painting coming there. He says, look, all students kill one another in it, but Noriko survived behind. You took me wrong. I used to consider you my daughter. All student not used to honor me, even my own daughter used to say ill for me, but you always talk to me courteously, but other took it wrong. I am disappointed too much. He says to Noriko and other student, kill me. I have no purpose of life. Then he points his gun on him. When Nanahara notices that he has pointed gun on Noriko, in spite of calling her daughter or calling her beauty, so he ends that shooter, but it is opened that poor teacher had a water gun. Then he receives the call of his daughter. After this, he dies there at the spot. Military had also left and everything was clear now. Now three survivors were same Nanahara, Noriko and that Shifted student. They take a boat. They begin to sail in it, but that Shifted student was much worried he dies there, not tolerating his injuries and wasting much blood. But he says while dying that, I am very excited that I got the good friends. I will remember you forever. And his eyes are closed with it. In the end, it is seen that Nanahara and Noriko reach a city. Of course, they had gone their own city, but they were hiding their faces from everyone, so that they can't be taken by the police or other enemies. The good news was that they had survived, and they were along with each other. And movie ends here.